tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Poppin' till it's swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. We keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In our heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. We keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Amadaya production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading no light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Put my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Poppin' till it's swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. We keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In our heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. We keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading no light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Put my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Poppin' till it's swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. We keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In our heart of the struggle, we dare to dream.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to the original Queen AmadayAShakur show. I'm your host, Queen AmadayAShakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so with that all being said, let's see who is in here. Okay, we got Pearly, Leon, Sheila, Karima is here, Claudette. All right, let's get into it. Khalid, Herleen. All right, Leon is here. Shout out to all of my loyal royals and everyone tuned into the Queen. Okay, so let's get into it. Hey, my aunt Egypt, Buckhorse, DC. Before we do, let's have a brief word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so don't forget, you can purchase 12 Tribes hair oil at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts. You can also find it at Walmart.com. Okay, let's get into it. Everyone, please go ahead and hit that like button. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's the least you can do. Okay, you can support the stream absolutely for free. All right, so let's get into it. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Do I have any moderators? Hey, Auntie Leah. Sandra is in the house. Okay, I guess they'll be here shortly. Now, with that all being said, let's talk about Shannon Sharpe. Because this story about Shannon is the one that keeps on giving. I mean, there is more nefariousness coming out on the regular. So let's talk about it because, y'all, I know we heard the audio of Shannon saying he's going to choke that poor woman. Oh my goodness, Shannon is nefarious. But now some more text messages came out. And also the fact that Shannon tried to offer this woman $10 million. Okay, so let's talk about it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. All right. Now, he also issued a statement after she released the audio. That's the video that I showed you all on last night. Okay, and then also I'm going to play for you what Stephen A. Smith had to say about all of this. But first, let's talk about this $10 million settlement that Shannon was supposedly going to give this woman. Okay, now Shannon Sharpe was nearing a $10 million settlement with grape accuser before bombshell lawsuit, lawyer claims. Y'all hear this? So Shannon was in the midst of a mediation with a woman who accused him of grape when she filed a civil lawsuit against him without any warning. Now, in a virtual press conference addressing the matter Tuesday, Davis said that his client was willing to pay the plaintiff at least $10 million in a settlement. Now, it was a big surprise to us a few days ago when the case was filed. Well, you know, I'm pretty sure that the reason she decided not to take that 10 million and go ahead for the gusto and file that lawsuit unexpectedly is because none other than her likely, this is my opinion, nefarious attorney, Tony Busby, saw the headline and saw in the news where Shannon was about to get that $100 million deal. Okay, I'll guarantee that's what struck it. All right, because who wouldn't have just taken the $10 million and gone on about your business? Okay, but anyway, I digress. So goes on to say it was a big surprise just a few days ago when the case was filed. Now, Davis played a recording of Sharpe's statement that he released on Instagram Tuesday, calling it a shakedown by his accuser and denied the allegations against his client. Davis also said Sharpe's accuser took advantage of his very lucrative contract for his Club Shay Shay podcast that was recently reported. That's why some things you need to keep to yourself. Now, Sharpe was sued a day before Front Office Sports reported that he is expected to sign a deal for his Club Shay Shay podcast that would exceed $100 million after his contract with Colin Cowherd's The Volume Podcast Network expired recently. Her knowledge that Mr. Sharpe's about to receive a very lucrative contract, she knew that took advantage of it. And I describe this, in my opinion, that this is a classic definition of blackmail, he said. That gives the greatest leverage to blackmail. Now, Sharpe denied all allegations of coercion or misconduct in a statement through his counsel to the Post on Monday. The ESPN personality named his accuser in text messages and the documents that were provided in a separate post on X. So her name is Gabby, just for those of you who don't know, Gabby. Now, in her complaint, Jane Doe alleges that Sharpe committed assault, sexual assault, sexual battery, and engaged in the intentional infliction of emotional distress during a rocky consensual relationship that lasted nearly 2 years. The plaintiff, who is more than 30 years younger than him, alleges that Sharpe brutally sexually assaulted her several times at the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025. During his Tuesday press conference, Davis said his client's accuser is on OnlyFans, a subscription-based social media platform where users can sell or purchase original content. What she does on OnlyFans was for money and role playing and virtual fantasy with money who pay her. I think that should have been with many who pay her, but anyway, it was a fact that the plaintiff started to charge Mr. Sharpe money. This is who she is by the facts. I'm just describing that she's on OnlyFans and charges people money to do role playing. After the press conference, Davis released hundreds of alleged text messages between Sharpe and the plaintiff, which included messages about sexual acts and money. Davis added that there will be a counterclaim and the accuser will be held accountable for a willful and vicious accusation. The woman is represented by Tony Busby, who represented more than 20 women who sued Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson beginning in early 2021, alleging sexual assault and misconduct. Later on Tuesday, Busby confirmed that his client turned down $10 million from Sharpe in order to proceed with litigation. Yeah, Busby, because we know you want to get as much as you can get because you heard about that contract. That's exactly what it is, in my opinion. Why would they turn down $10 million? Okay, that you don't even have to fight for. He was going to give it to you, but now you want to go for $50 million. Please, Busby, sit down. Now, on the one hand, Mr. Sharpe and his attorneys claim that the case filed by Jane Doe is meritless. Yet on the other hand, they now have disclosed that Mr. Sharpe offered Jane Doe $10 million in writing not to file her lawsuit. That is a true statement. Jane Doe was in fact offered $10 million to settle, but rejected that offer, choosing instead to proceed with litigation. Sharpe's team is now trying to discredit and dox her. Sharpe and his team are now, as anticipated, also attacking me. We are now going to be deterred by these tactics. This is what Busby had to say. Busby, please sit down somewhere. Okay? Please sit down somewhere. Now, it is looking bad for Shannon. All right? This story was sounding sketchy at first, but now as more details keep coming out, Shannon Sharpe, what have you done? And let me just tell you all something, beloveds. I have this video that I remembered was on Nightcap. Shannon basically sealed his own fate with this video, as far as I'm concerned. Would y'all like to hear it? One's in the chat, please, if you want to hear it. One's in the chat if y'all want to hear it. Now, before I get into that, let me pull up this text message. It's very nefarious. Hold on. It's another text message talking about grape from the back door, honey. So what's even worse is Shannon's response. Look at y'all putting ones. I know y'all want to hear it because y'all are nosy. Okay? I should make y'all wait till the end of the broadcast. We'll get to it in a second. But look at this text message. Now, this one is very damaging to Shannon as far as I'm concerned. Now, you all, I'm sure you probably can't read this, but here's what it says. Now, this is from Gabby. She spells it G-A-B-I. But I cried when you left because I begged you to put on a condom and not to put it in my back door. And you didn't listen. I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon. Now, you can tell this was a text message that she sent on purpose so she would have it for her records. Please pay attention, because who talks like that in real life for the most part? Now, he says, now listen to this. This is where he effed up. He says, IDK, okay, for I don't know, for your old heads who don't know. I don't know how to process this. Do y'all hear this? He didn't say, oh, I didn't do that. What are you talking about? Grape? What are you talking about? No means no. You're saying I took advantage of you? He didn't ask any of those questions. He said, I don't know how to process this. Shannon Sharpe, you're in trouble. You are in trouble, honey, okay? This is not looking good. Mel says, once Shannon Sharpe did the interview with Cat Williams, he's been on target. Oh, you said once he did that interview with Cat Williams? You know what? That's a good theory, Mel. That's a good theory. You know, all this stuff did start coming out about him after that. I hadn't even paid attention to it, beloved. That's a very good point. That is a very good point. Swift says she was talking for the mic. Exactly. You know she was, but hold on. Wait till y'all hear this. So let me just give y'all the backstory, okay? Because I'm just going to show you like a 1.5-minute clip. But so it was Ocho Cinco, Deion Sanders, and Shay Shay on the podcast Nightcap. And they were talking about women farting in front of their men. And Deion Sanders was absolutely against it. And so was Shannon. And then Ocho was like, you should be telling a woman they can't fart in front of you. Then they got to hold it. And that's not right. It's natural. And everybody does it, da-da-da. But Shannon was acting like it was so nasty and disgusting for somebody to fart in front of him. But then later on, he starts talking about it happened to him one time. And then I think it was Deion Sanders who said something along the lines of, It happened to you. I bet you it happened when you were doing something. And then come to find out Shannon was. And y'all want to know what he was doing? Well, I'll just let him tell you. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. This right here is the straw that has broken the camel's back for Shay Shay. Please pay attention. They're going to use this against him, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, we know it's a civil case, but nonetheless, this pretty much corroborates what that lady said about him.
Everything. I was having sex with this
sir.
young lady.
Yes,
Hold
sir.
on. Paint the whole picture now. Don't cheat me.
Yeah, don't cheat me either.
Okay.
I want details.
We're having
details.
Sex. We're having sex.
Position.
Yeah.
You know I'm the bad
Hey.
guy. Oh Lord Jesus, she ain't do it, but she she
Let's
did.
go, boy.
No, she did. That is out.
Huh?
Oh, and what I'm about to say is 1,000%.
Talk to me, baby.
So she passed
Yes,
gas.
sir.
She said, excuse me. I said, that's all right. Do it. Yes, she passed gas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then she
Right.
look back and say, "Excuse me."
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
How she do it? Time. She said, excuse me. I said,
you
that's
right.
all right,
I'm
baby. I
saying,
generally
man,
make them
how
shit.
she do it?
Hey, she said, excuse me. I said, that's all right, baby. I generally make them shit. Ooh. It kept going. I'm with it. I'm hell with it, time. I'm hell with it, time.
Hey, come on,
Both of
baby.
y'all nasty, man.
They talk.
Both of y'all nasty, dog.
Hey,
I swear. I
That's,
swear.
no, I know you
can't-
ain't
hey,
nasty.
kept
That's
going.
bad.
fist bump.
No, don't do that. Don't
Fist
do.
bump.
Don't be.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't no good. That ain't Shannon. That's not that.
Huh?
Don't do that. Y'all,
Hey.
y'all nasty.
What you want? What you want me to? You want what
I
you
like
want me to
that.
say?
First of
I
all,
like
for
that.
her to look back and say, "Excuse me," she just
Hold
should
on.
have rolled
Hey.
with it.
Hey, I gotta write that
Nasty,
down,
dog.
there, boy.
You nasty, man.
I gotta write that down.
Don't even write that down. That's
Hey,
nasty,
so-
dog.
Yes, sir.
Time we had a question. I think the 4 pills.
Okay, so you all heard that. You all heard what Shannon said, honey. So Shannon likes the dookie shoot. Nasty self, just like Dion said, honey. And then he got the nerve to sit there and laugh about it, honey. Okay, please pay attention. At the end of the day, Jeff says Shannon Sharpe is suspect. Of course he is. What man likes to just do it from the back with a woman? That's because that's what he does with Hollywood and the rest of them, in my opinion. In my opinion. I can't substantiate any of this at the end of the day. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Somebody gave me some juicy news about Diddy yesterday, but y'all, I can't say nothing about it right now. Can't get sued. I'll have to figure out a way to give it to y'all later, some other day, but not this one. But anyway, listen. Shannon is absolutely a hot mess. Now, y'all heard what he said. He said he just kept going. But the fact that he said that's how he likes it, and the fact that she said in that text message what he did to her was from the back door. See, that's all a bad look. Okay, that is all a bad look. All right, and did you all see the look of utter disgust on Deion Sanders' face after he said it? Did y'all see the look on his face? He was clearly disgusted. Ocho sitting up there laughing like it's all fun and games, but he was clearly pressed. Okay, please pay attention. Okay, so anyway, with that all being said, now let's go to what Stephen A. Smith had to say about this entire debacle, because you know that he's the one who supposedly invited Shannon to ESPN, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so hold on. Let me pull up the footage. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to put up an overlay, and I'm also going to add some music.
I can provide no eyewitness account. And even though I got love and respect for Shannon Sharpe, and I'm sincerely hopeful and prayerful that he is completely innocent of the allegations that have been levied against him, I can't sit here and speak to his innocence or guilt from a knowledgeable place because I have nothing to do with this. I haven't seen anything. I don't know anything. I don't even know this person. I know what the reports say. I know the reports, the things that have been reported on a multitude of outlets, from the AP to the New York Post to Forbes to TMZ and everything in between. I mean, I can't even count the number of publications that have talked about it or written about it, networks, etc. It's all over the internet. It's everywhere. And I know that. I'm fully aware of that. This is not a criminal case. So it's not, there is no concern about him going to jail. This is a civil case, which means that he can either be found liable or not liable. The accuser in question is seeking $50 million. That was confirmed by Shannon Sharpe on that video today. According to the reports, it's somebody that he met in 2023, who was 19 years old at that particular moment in time. According to some audio that was put out earlier today by attorney Busby, you hear the accuser, the female, talking to somebody who is alleged to be Shannon Sharpe. We don't know whether that's true or not. And the person in question, again, we don't know whether it's Shannon or not. The words choke, as in I will choke the hell out of you if I saw you. And so because of that, knowing that audio was probably going to come out along with additional tapes, whether they be video or audio is unclear at this particular moment in time, Shannon Sharpe felt compelled to come out in his own defense. How we interpret that? Let me be very, very clear about where I'm coming from. I'm a bit torn in terms of his response. On one hand, Tony Busby has sued Jay-Z. He did sue Diddy. He did accuse them, or represented the woman who was accusing them of assault, of sexual assault, and said that she was 13 years of age at the time when talking about Jay-Z and Diddy, and Jay-Z went ballistic.
Okay, I'm going to stop him right there because now he's getting into Jay-Z, and we already know the story with Jay-Z, Tony Busby, and Little Miss Jane Doe. Okay, so basically the long and short of it is Stephen A. Smith said that, you know, he wishes Shannon the best. He didn't throw him under the bus. He just said he doesn't know what's true and what isn't, basically similar to what he said about Skip Bayless when he was accused. Remember that? He said he wasn't going to be speaking on truth or guilt about something he didn't know. That's what he said about Skip Bayless. So anyway, even though he did seem like he was swaying a little bit more in favor of Skip Bayless during the time. But anyway, let's go to what Monique said, because Monique had warned Shannon. When she was on the show, Monique warned Shannon about them little young girls. Honey, he needs to sit down somewhere that's old, ours, 57, almost 60 years old, going out with somebody in their 20s. Honey, that's just sick, okay? I'm sorry, it's true.
26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. I know. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your ass and get your old bitch out there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. No 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old.
All right, no lies detected. No lies detected. Shannon needs to get somebody closer to his age. Jeff ATL says Skip Bayless did that ish. Well, you know, I think he did too. But anyway, Claudette said should have listened. Yes, he should have listened. Okay, but you know, like I said, he likes these young women that are more than half his age or less than half his age. I meant. Okay, so now with that all been said, everyone please get the lights up. Let's talk about Kanye West, honey, because that story that Kanye West came out and said about him and his cousin doing the do. For those of you who saw that story, I posted it on yesterday. Now, if you missed it, Kanye basically came out and admitted that he'd been having relations, inappropriate, incestuous relations with his own cousin since the cousin was 6. I don't know how old Kanye was, but until he was 14, that's when it ended. So with that all being said, bottom line is now Jeffree Star, a YouTuber, has come out and said that he had some relations with Kanye West. Or basically, he didn't say that he did, but he basically hinted to it, so to speak. And the reason he's even bringing this up is because now it's resurfaced, because this was actually a rumor years ago. For those of you who don't know, in case you missed it, this was a rumor that's been reignited. So let's talk about it, because they were saying this back in the day, honey. All right. Here we go. Jeffree Star reignites Kanye West rumor amid shocking cousin's confession. And for those of you who don't know who Jeffree Star is, this is him in this picture with the pink hair right behind Kanye. He's probably one of the most popular YouTubers ever, has over 15 million followers. Okay, so Jeffree Star has reignited discourse around an old rumor involving him and Kanye West being romantically linked. Here's the story. As reported, Ye posted a tweet on X on Monday, April 21st, sharing a snippet of his new song, Cousins, and the song's origins, detailing the rapper having an incestuous relationship with his male cousin at a young age. With the masses dissecting the revelation in earnest, Star chimed in after the fact by tweeting, "Oh, F it. The rumors were true." Now, that's what he said. Now, the YouTuber's post references speculation dating back to 2021 that he and West dated. TikToker Ava Louise falsely claimed that the MC was involved with a male beauty guru. She stressed that both the beauty guru and the rapper had homes in Wyoming. Now, that's the thing. Supposedly, Jeffree Star lives in Wyoming. I think they said he moved there from California. But anyway, at the time, both denied the rumor, with the personality stating that it was the dumbest ish and that he and the producer never hung out. Now there's been a change in tone. Yeah, so now Jeffree Star is alluding to the fact that something was going on, honey. I don't know if it was or not, but at the end of the day, Sierra says, so Kanye was 14, his cousin was 6. No, that's not what I said. I really wish y'all would listen. I didn't say Kanye was 14, his cousin was 6. I said Kanye said in the post. Y'all just go look at the man's post or go look at the video I did yesterday. I showed the post. Kanye said his cousin was 6 when he showed him dirty magazines. He never said how old he was when he showed him the dirty magazines. Then later on in the post, he says that he was sucking his cousin's you-know-what until he was 14. He says until he was 14. So that means he was doing it prior to that. But at what age was he when he did it? I don't know, because he didn't say. Okay? I didn't say he was 14. His cousin was 6. All right, beloveds? Now, y'all got that, right? All right. Now, with that all being said, let's continue, honey, because there's some interesting information about Carmelo Anthony. Okay? Now, I want y'all to listen to this because first off, Carmelo and his family had to move due to them being harassed and all of that. People found out where they lived. Of course, we knew everybody was going to know where they lived because we saw the video where they were showing their house and their cars and all that. Now this poor young man can't get a moment's peace. So they had to pack up and move. Okay. And then I saw Jesse on fire with his stupid self sitting there just spreading a completely false narrative on yesterday. Okay. talking about they took the money that was donated, basically acting as though they took the money that was donated and went and bought houses and cars and all this dumb stuff, just like they were already saying. The mother's already come out and said all of this. Who in the hell would take that money that was donated for a defense and buy houses and cars? And here's another thing. They want to also act like this family's doing good. They have money. So why are they begging for donations? Well, they're not begging for donations. Okay. They're asking their community to help them. And we are, or anyone else who wants to lend a hand. At the end of the day, nobody said a goddamn thing when George Zimmerman was collecting money, or Derek Chauvin, or any of these bastards at the end of the day, because at the bottom line is they're not broke either. Okay, Derek Chauvin had $1.5 million in his damn pension, excuse me, for his pension. And I remember because Benjamin Crump was suing him for it. Okay, for George Floyd's family. Second of all, I think it was Benjamin Crump that was their attorney, but anyway, they were being sued for it. And then with that all being said, George Zimmerman, was he broke? His father was a whole judge, so he came from money at the end of the day. Okay, so they could sit down somewhere. But see this right here? This is what somebody mailed to them. This is Austin Metcalf's obituary. Okay, trying to just make the young man feel worse. I'm sure he feels bad enough. You think he got up that morning and said to himself, I want to go murk somebody? Of course he didn't. Okay, it's not a thug, even though that's how they want to depict him. But anyway, with that all being said, excuse me, let's get into it. Okay, so now, like I said, he's had to move due to extenuating circumstances. Okay, so here's what they're saying. According to the nonprofit, Anthony's family has seen an alarming increase in death threats. Well, that's likely so because they're very mad now, you know, that he's gotten bailed out. Okay, he's received an alarming increase in death threats, continued harassment, and physical intimidation targeted at their home. Okay, Fox 4 reported that people have visited the family's home, taking photographs of their property and pretending to even be fast food delivery drivers. The family has also received things in the mail, such as Metcalf's obituary. People are also allegedly attempting to scare the family. Dominic Alexander, a minister who works with the Next Generation Action Network, said in the release that we are sharing images and documentation of the threats the family has faced this past weekend to make the public aware of the dangerous atmosphere that has been created, an atmosphere fueled by organized hate, systemic racism, and intentional misinformation. According to Fox 4, the nonprofit's internal security team is working with law enforcement to help keep Anthony's family safe. No family should have to live under siege simply because they're demanding their constitutional rights. We will not be silent and we will not back down, Alexander said. Well, you know, I hate to hear this, but I think Pastor Dominic Alexander needs to shut the hell up and go sit down somewhere and stop speaking for them, because I'm sorry, you guys can love it or hate it, but at the end of the day, I think this man is making things worse. Okay, I think this man is making things worse because he seems angry and hostile. Okay, unlike Carmelo Anthony's family, they're just trying to get by. But this man seems like he's just as hateful as some of these other people. That's just my opinion. Do with that what you will. That's just how I feel about it. Now, with that all being said, Carmelo Anthony's case has struck a nerve in our community. This is what the DA says. Let's go to this nefarious DA who says, and I think this might be an old report from maybe last week, I'm not sure, but I want to hear what he has to say, because I know that he did say that he wanted the case prosecuted in Collin County so their citizens can have a say, which I disagree with because I think it's going to be extremely biased and he will not be able to have a fair trial. That's my opinion.
For justice in this case, District Attorney Greg Willis. Thank you very much for joining me, sir.
Good to be with you, Chris.
So you have charged first-degree murder on the books in your state. That means he knew what he was doing. He had time to plan and think about what he was doing, and he did it with an intent to kill. Is that what you believe?
Well, let me just say this. That's what he has been arrested for. My office has not yet received the case. But I will say this, Chris, this case has really struck a nerve in our community. I mean, people are upset. and rightfully so. I mean, we've lost a young life, and the pain is real. At a time like this, it's hard for anyone to be level-headed about this, but that's our job, to be steady, be fact-based, and to follow the truth wherever it may lead.
What do you need to know under the law in your jurisdiction for self-defense to apply?
Well, as you can imagine, it's very fact-based, and of course, I can't address the particular case, but that's what's so important. For Frisco is still in their investigation, and whenever they finish that up in the next few weeks, they will forward it to my office. We will vet everything very, very carefully and ultimately prepare it for a grand jury presentation. And so the grand jury will decide whether this case goes forward. I mean, I would expect it to, because most cases do go forward, but I can't comment on this particular one.
I got it. I just want people to understand the standard. What does self-defense mean under your law?
Well, it gets...
Now, I'll bet you he doesn't want to answer this question. What does self-defense mean under your law? Let's not forget this is Texas. Now, I want to hear what he has to say about this. Please pay attention.
It gets pretty involved, but I can just say that I'm trying to tiptoe around it so it doesn't look like I'm commenting on this particular case. But self-defense law in most states is pretty similar when you're not talking about the Castle Doctrine or something like that. So
now I want you all to pay attention to what he did. Okay? I want you all to pay attention to what he did. First of all, he said, he's deflecting and gaslighting. Yes, the inkwell said, choose your words carefully. That's what he's doing, but he's also gaslighting and deflecting. And let me tell you why. The man asked him, how is self-defense in your state? And then he says, it's pretty much the same in every state. Well, he didn't ask you about every state, specifically yours. So let's talk about that. Then he says, pay attention. He said it's pretty much the same in every state, except when you're talking about the Castle Doctrine. Now, why did he say the Castle Doctrine? Because he's also talking about stand your ground, which are two different things, okay? Which are two different things. But what he's trying to do is he's not trying to say anything. This is just my opinion. I could be wrong. He's trying, in my opinion, not to say anything about stand your ground, because he knows that's damn well what Carmelo was doing. Okay, he knows that's what he was doing. Okay, please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, let's talk about the Castle Doctrine and threat. The Castle Doctrine threat in Texas. The Castle Doctrine in Texas allows individuals to use force, including deadly force, in self-defense within their home or vehicle without a duty to retreat. It essentially means my home is my castle, and an individual can use force to protect themselves and their property within that space. Okay, so we know the Castle Doctrine is what happens when you're in your home. Now let's talk about stand your ground in Texas. In Texas, the stand your ground law combined with the Castle Doctrine allows individuals to use force, including deadly force, to defend themselves or others when they reasonably believe it is immediately necessary. Y'all hear that? And see, I want you to pay attention, because that's why he said, I'm trying to choose my words carefully, because I don't want it to seem like I'm talking about this case. But you are talking about that case, bitch, because it was self-defense. Now, just because you call it first-degree murder doesn't mean that's what it is, even though that's what you charged the young man with. It was self-defense, and hopefully that will be proven in court. Now, it goes on to say about the law of stand your ground in Texas. Specifically, you don't have a duty to retreat if you are not provoking the confrontation. And that's not what he was doing. And that's why they tried to lie. I want y'all to pay attention. This is why they tried to lie and paint the narrative that Carmelo was the instigator. They tried to frame it like Carmelo was the instigator, because they know that stand your ground applies. But you're not supposed to be the one that's doing the provocation, okay? You're not supposed to be the one provoking someone else. Now, let's finish. Goes on to say, you have no duty to retreat if you're not provoking the confrontation, are lawfully present, and are not otherwise engaged in criminal activity. The law applies to protect yourself, someone else, or your property. No duty to retreat. If you are not the aggressor and are lawfully present, you are not required to retreat before using force in self-defense. Reasonable belief. You must have a reasonable belief that deadly force is immediately necessary to prevent imminent death or serious bodily injury. Well, by the fact that two people weighing over 200 pounds apiece were coming at him, and that's just what it is. I absolutely agree. So there's that. So now let's hear what he has to say. Is he going to continue gaslighting and deflecting, or tell the truth?
People look at the degree of response, what the person is defending themselves against. And I think people know about that. So I'd rather not get into the specifics of this.
It's not a stand your ground jurisdiction, is it?
Well, in a situation.
Y'all see how he doesn't want to answer that question? Y'all see how he doesn't want to answer that question? He knows damn well that it's a stand your ground jurisdiction. He does not want to apply stand your ground to this incident because he knows that when he goes to court, he's prosecuting this young man for first-degree murder. Okay? Double standards.
Situation like this where you're at a school, well, there I go. If you're outside of your home, then I would just say it's a pretty reasonable thing. People can say, hey, what's reasonable under the circumstances? And this person felt threatened for their life. How did they respond? Did they not feel threatened for their life? Did they feel something less than that?
So here's what they're going to do. I want you all to pay attention. What they're going to do is they're going to try to tell him or tell the court how Carmelo felt. They're going to try to say that he didn't have a need to fear for his life. But here's the thing. You don't get to tell someone else how to fear or what level of fear to have. That's just like when the cops kill an unarmed Black person while they have all the weapons and everything at their disposal themselves. And then they lie and say they fear for their lives. They don't question that, so don't question this. Okay? Please pay attention.
Then the law in Texas is similar to most states, which is if you're going to respond in self-defense, it needs to be proportionate to that situation.
Is this the trickiest?
Now, here's how you know he's lying. Because when I just read that to you all, did it say that your self-defense has to be proportionate to the situation? Did I say that when I read it? No, it didn't say that. Okay? It didn't say that. It said if you're not the aggressor, if you're not the one that provoked the incident, and you're not breaking the law, committing a crime in the process, okay, you've no duty to retreat, and you absolutely can use force. That's what it said. Do y'all hear how he's sitting up here lying? Okay, do y'all hear how he's sitting up here lying? See, this is how you know they're going to try to railroad Carmelo Anthony. This is how you know that's what they're going to try to do. And also, you should ask yourselves, by the way, why is this prosecutor out here discussing the case? Now, he said he can't really say much about the case. Then why the hell are you on here, sir? Why are you doing interviews? Because he's trying to spread bull crap to make it favor for them when they go into the court. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to spread the publicity about the case or whatever, and basically trying to get the narrative out there. Okay, letting it be known that no, we don't think it was self-defense, and that's not how we're going to prosecute this. And quite frankly, it was disproportionate because Brandon or Austin didn't have anything in his hand, and Carmelo had a weapon. That's what he's trying to paint here. Please pay attention. But at the end of the day, your law doesn't say that it has to be proportionate. Your law doesn't say that it has to be equal. Your law doesn't say that if somebody slaps me and I retaliate or defend myself, I have to slap them back. I can't punch them or do something else, depending on the level of fear that I'm feeling. It doesn't say that, sir. You're full of shit. Okay, let's keep going.
This case you've ever had to handle, not in terms of the facts and the law, but in terms of the optics and the overlay of the attention it's already getting because, let's be honest, because of the race and the race of the victim and the alleged assailant.
Hold on, I'm going to stop stopping it, but let me just say this. Somebody said, Leon said, Cuomo allowed him not to answer. Well, here's the thing, beloved. He really can't make him answer. But the thing is this. Cuomo is asking him tough questions that he doesn't want to answer. And notice how when he tried to project and gaslight or deflect and gaslight about the whether or not it was self-defense or what have you, Cuomo came back and asked him again. Okay? And specifically mentioned the stand your ground law. Okay? Please pay attention, honey, because they are a hot mess. Wavy, though, said they're going to do everything in their power to steer the narrative and demonize Carmelo. Black folks, don't let them have the only voice on this. Exactly. Exactly. Okay? Mama Joycelyn said, Queen, you need to be Carmelo's lawyer. Who is his lawyer? I just hope he's just as good as Young Thug's lawyer. I hope he is too, beloved. But here's the thing. Whoever his lawyer is, I really don't like the fact that the pastor is out here running his mouth. He should let the lawyer be speaking for the family, because the lawyer knows what to say. You know what I'm saying? That's politically correct. Okay? This man is out here just saying too much and doing too much, and it's a clout chase as far as I'm concerned. Okay, Illuminati 36 said, ma'am, you sound unintelligent. Did he get punched? Did he get hurt? So he was scared. So he stabbed another person and unalived him. Weak as F, shaking my damn head. Well, here's the thing, Illuminati. You sound unintelligent. And in fact, you not only sound unintelligent, you clearly are. Okay? Because I didn't say, did he get punched? Did he get hurt? That's what you're saying, fool. What I said was the law as it pertains to Texas. I literally read the law, clown. Okay. And in reading the law, don't get mad at me because it doesn't suit your damn narrative. You're the one that's weak as F. Okay. Yeah, he stabbed him. That's what he did. And you're mad about it, but it was self-defense regardless as to whether you like it or not. Did you have the same grievance when George Zimmerman shot and killed Trayvon because Trayvon was beating his behind in a fight? Did you have the same thing to say when Derek Chauvin put his knee in George Floyd's neck while other officers held him down? I bet you didn't say anything. Did you say anything when they chased Ahmaud Arbery and shot him to death and took his life? Did you say anything? I bet you didn't. So shut the hell up, bitch. Okay, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but you got the right one on the wrong day. Okay? That's what you got. Now, do I need to drop the link? Because I got time today and I'm on one. I promise y'all I'm on one about this Carmelo Anthony case. Do I need to drop you the link? Please let me know. Come to here talking about I sound unintelligent. Like I told y'all before, you can say what you want to say about my looks, honey, because I know who I am. But at the end of the day, honey, don't test my intelligence, okay? Because that's my favorite thing about myself. And I know I'm smart as hell, okay? Smarter than most. I'll tell you that much. Now, I might not be the smartest person in the world, but trust and believe, I'm smarter than the average. That's just the fact. So you can miss me with it, with your weak ass. How about that? Okay? Don't get me twisted. So said nice and get them likes up. The queen don't cook for free. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. And thank you for purchasing a membership. All right. Illuminati coming here talking about somebody unintelligent. None of you don't sit down somewhere. But let's continue. Sorry for the interruption.
Well, it might be. The case is not even in our office yet, so I could certainly comment on that afterwards. I know it has really caught the attention of our community and around Texas and apparently the country. And people feel deeply about, our youth, our education, sports, and as you said, the other dynamics that are involved. Mm-hmm. And so there's a lot of different factors that make people care particularly about this case. Mm. And that's why it's so important as the prosecutor for me to be level-headed, fact-based, steady, and just follow the truth wherever it may lead.
He's full of crap. Okay, he's full of crap. He's clearly biased. Okay, that's what I was waiting for him to say. As the prosecutor, it's important for me to not be biased. Yeah, you are biased. Okay, and you're not fact-based because you just quoted the law as it doesn't apply in Texas. It doesn't say anything about it has to be proportionate. That's what it didn't say. Okay, and as for the fool Illuminati 36 saying that I said he was punched or whatever, wasn't hurt. I didn't say that. I said if somebody slaps me, I don't have to slap them back. If I want to punch them, okay, or whatever else I want to do, depending on my level of fear, That's what you have a right to do when you're in self-defense. Okay, please miss me with it. At least in the state of Texas. Okay. Now, Malky T. Sadiq says, Mama always said if you scared and they bigger, pick up something and hit their ass and run. Exactly. Okay. Now I don't know what family Illuminati 36 came from. Okay. But at the end of the day, we were taught not to take our whoopings. All right. So sit down somewhere at the end of the day. It's all I'm saying. But let's continue.
DA, there's going to be a ton of noise. The invitation is open for you and your team and the eventual defense team. You want things that are put straight and put in context. You have an invitation here that's open for the duration of the investigation and any adjudication that follows.
Well, thank you very much. You know, this is a heartbreaking case. But even in heartbreak, we have a responsibility to do the right thing and in the right way. And my office will do that.
Well, we'll all be watching. And thank you, Greg Willis, for coming on and taking the opportunity. Good luck going forward.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Be well.
Okay, I want you all to pay attention. I want you all to pay attention because at the end of the day, this prosecutor talk about we still have have to do the right thing, an obligation to do the right thing. Is he going to do the right thing? I don't think so. I don't think so because, like I said, he sounds very biased in my opinion. But hold on, don't leave now. There's more. Now I want you all to hear this, and I'm going to put an overlay on. But there is a white man by the name of Stu Peters who posts a lot of videos on Rumble. And one of the videos he posted was, in fact, him talking trash about Metcalf's father because his father didn't want anything to do with that wanton supremacist rally, okay, where people like Illuminati 36 go. Okay, so Metcalf's dad, Slain Teen's father, is white eraser on full display. That's what he said. He's saying that Austin Metcalf's father is white erasure, like basically saying that he's fine with white people being replaced. That's what he's saying about Jeff Metcalf. Okay, this man seems to be trying to put out the narrative that black people are killing white people and that we're trying to have them replaced. Now, I want you all to pay attention to that. If that isn't the pot calling the kettle black, if that isn't the opposite of what's going on, if that isn't nothing but lies and BS, because I'm sorry, but who's being killed? Yeah, I would say that it's us. Okay, please pay attention. All right, we don't see them swinging from trees and then the police and the mayors lie and say it was self-deletion. That's never been happening to them. But let's listen to this clown-ass fool named Stu Peters. And I'm going to put up an overlay, like I said, because I don't know if he posts on YouTube as well. So I don't want any copyright issues. But let me put up an overlay. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
You said what? And especially when you include suicide, it's not even close.
I have no idea.
I bet you don't.
Every week targeted for genocide. There's no question about that. Whites are being replaced. The great white replacement theory is absolutely real. Whites are being assaulted everywhere that they go, Bryson. That's just facts. I mean, you're downplaying the fact that race exists. You're like a race denialist or something all of a sudden. Like you don't see color. Is that what you're saying? Like
Now I want you all to pay attention. Because first of all, he knows darn well that we don't ever say we don't see color. That's not a lie that we tell, okay? And now he's calling him a race denier. Now it's funny because if he were saying the opposite, he would be saying that he's race baiting, okay? Because that's clearly what Stu Peters is doing. He's race baiting. He's telling a whole bunch of lies, and he's trying to flip the script. See, this is what happens. The people committing the genocide are trying to act as though genocide's being committed on them. I find it all nefarious.
I don't see you're one of those guys. I don't see color.
I literally just brought up black on black crime and confirmed that it was true and confirmed that these places are violent. But the problem is I'm not echoing.
Okay, what about violent crime in America? Who commits the most violent crime in America?
Black people commit 51% of homicides in America. Can I ask you a question? Who gets convicted of the most child pornography in America? Overrepresented also.
I have no idea.
I bet you don't. See, this,
he knows damn well it's them.
And this is the issue. White people account for 81% of child pornography convictions. Black people account for 4% of child pornography convictions. And this is not even arrest record. So the statistics that you're talking about with violent crime, these are simply the.
Okay, I want you all to pay attention. I want you all to pay attention to the narrative being painted and pushed. So he's sitting up here trying to act like somebody's trying to commit genocide on them? Huh. Well, here's the question. I want you all to put on your thinking caps. So he's sitting here saying that black people are committing genocide on white people, that we're just going around taking them out. But they claim that they're 76%, that they are 76% of the population and we're only 13. Do the math, because the math ain't mathing. How the hell is that even possible? How the hell is that even possible? They're 76%, let them tell it, of the population, and we're only 13, but we're taking them out? Ha! Okay. Make it all make sense. It's the lies for me. Okay, it's the unmitigated gall. All right, nothing but narratives being painted and pushed. And I want you all to pay attention, because here's why these things are happening. You all do realize that they're trying to use this Carmelo Anthony situation to invoke a race war. That's what it seems like to me. That's what they've been talking about online. That's what some of them have been saying. And they're trying to spew this hate and division because that's what they want. You see, they were already on the brink of a civil war because of Trumpsters and other people who disagree with the Trumpsters, who all look alike, being into beefs. Okay? So with that all being said, then they now see a way that they can try to bring us into it. Okay, that's what that is. Please pay attention to that. They think they are so slick. At the end of the day, this was self-defense, point blank and serious, and that's just what it is. All right, that's just what it is. Now let's talk about this new Diddy doc that's coming out, honey, because Diddy is not happy about it, I'm sure. They have a new documentary coming out about Diddy. Filming Sean Diddy Combs' documentary, Emotional and Difficult, BBC presenter Blks says. All right, this came out this morning. So Yinka Blks has said getting to grips with allegations against Sean Diddy Combs was an emotional, sometimes difficult experience as she fronts a documentary about him. P. Diddy, The Rise and Fall, explores how the hip-hop mogul went from success to hemorrhaging friends and fans in a matter of months, and we'll hear from his inner circle and critics. Now, the rapper, also known as Puff Daddy, and P. Diddy, denies the allegations against him, and Blks says, "My job is to tell stories, but never did I imagine I'd be telling this one." Investigating the alleged actions of Diddy has forced a spotlight on the darker side of an industry so many of us dream of belonging to. We sang his songs, bought into his lifestyle, watched the shows, and wanted more. This has been an emotional, sometimes difficult experience, and with a trial on the horizon, what happens next will no doubt be gripping in the most sobering way. The BBC Three documentary explores why women made allegations recently about Combs, who had settled a lawsuit alleging rape and violent behavior with U.S. singer Cassie in November of 2023. Three-time Grammy winner Combs, whose hit songs include I'll Be Missing You, Can't Nobody Hold Me Down. I bet you Diddy's singing that right now because he thinks he's getting out and coming home. Please pay attention. And Give Me Love was accused of sexual abuse by two more women the same month before more lawsuits were filed. Blks will map his extraordinary success and influence and his far-reaching impact on music, fashion, and culture, and how this case has been a significant topic of conversation across press and social media, with constant speculation and sometimes rumors. In March last year, Homeland Security agents in the U.S. said they had raided Combs' homes in Los Angeles and Miami, and he was arrested in New York in September. More lawsuits have been filed, and he remains held without bail ahead of an trafficking trial due to start next month. Prosecutors claim the Bad Boy Records founder coerced and abused women for 2 decades, using his power and prestige as a music star to silence victims. His lawyers argue that his relationship with former longtime girlfriends are being mischaracterized, and they were always consensual. P. Diddy, The Rise and Fall will air on BBC 3 and BBC iPlayer on Monday. All right, so there's another Diddy doc, y'all. Diddy said he's sick and tired of y'all making all these damn documentaries about him. But the joke's going to be on y'all when he gets off. All right? That's what Diddy's thinking right about now. But Diddy, please sit down. Please sit down. Okay? Let me just go ahead and block Illuminati 36 because you didn't want me to drop the link. So anybody who comes in here talking slick and don't want me to drop the link, you already know what time it is. You got to go. Okay, so bye.
Funky dog head bitch. How dare you try to tarnish my motherfucking
QueenAShakur
reputation, punk motherfucker. Respect the
Royals.
And back off, bitch, before we come get you.
And that's on Box. Okay, I mean, you know, it's a lot. Okay, I don't know why they can't just leave the poor little old queen alone. I'm just over here trying to do the news, but every time I look up, somebody wants to come here and talk slick. Okay, somebody wants to come here and talk slick. Like, listen, don't be mad at me. Okay, is all I'm saying. Now, with that all being said, can I continue with the news, please? So let's talk about it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Okay, so is this my receipt right here? Hold on, beloveds. Now, I want you all to hear about this Vancouver stabbing. Vancouver woman accused of stabbing parents over Resurrection Day comment. Now, y'all hearing this? Because she don't believe in God. So she literally stabbed her parents, stabbed a stepfather or her father, and then slit the mother's throat. All nefarious. Okay. This happened in Portland, Oregon. I'm sorry, no, Vancouver. A Vancouver woman was arrested after allegedly stabbing her father and cutting her mother's throat in an Easter dispute, according to court documents. Around 5:40 p.m. Sunday, an officer responded to the Vancouver home where 19-year-old Mackenzie Haffer lived with her parents and brother. After Haffer's mother, Erin Hetzler, called 911 reporting Haffer stabbed her father and tried to cut her throat. Probable cause documents give this information. Now, they say on the scene, officers found Haffer outside the home where she was arrested on 2 second-degree murder charges. Okay, 2 second-degree murder charges. Now, not attempted. According to court documents, Haffer told officers the incident began after her father, Benjamin Haffer, told her Happy Resurrection Day, leading Haffer to tell her father she does not believe in God. This sparked an argument between the two, court documents say. Now, before Haffer eventually told her father Happy Resurrection Day back, and the two separated in different rooms. Later, when Haffer was cooking in the kitchen, her mother confronted her about the argument with her father, causing another argument. So during the argument, Haffer threw her phone on the ground. And after her father entered the kitchen to ask about the phone, Haffer grabbed a knife from a knife block and stabbed her father above the belly button with the intent to kill him. Okay, Hetzler started yelling at Haffer, who then cut her mother's throat with the same knife with the intent to kill her. The probable cause document claims Haffer's parents sustained injuries consistent with what she told officers. Do y'all hear this? Honey, this is all crazy. Because somebody told you Happy Resurrection Day, y'all better pay attention. Okay? Y'all need to pay attention, honey, but I'm going to go to the news clip. Please pay attention. Okay? Because this is all crazy. Now, imagine you trying to be nice and friendly and telling somebody, Happy Resurrection Day, Happy Easter, what have you, and this is the response you get. It's all crazy.
This is new at 5. Easter Sunday ends in a stabbing attack in Vancouver.
Yeah, police say a 19-year-old girl went after her parents with a knife after her father told her, quote, Happy Resurrection Day. Mackenzie Haffer appeared in court today. According to her account in police documents, she responded that she does not believe in God, which sparked an argument with her father. She eventually set it back, then started cooking food, and when her mother asked what happened, another argument ensued, and Haffer threw her phone. When her father confronted her about that, she allegedly stabbed him in the stomach with a steak knife and cut her mother's throat. Both parents are expected to survive. Haffer now faces 2 counts of attempted murder. Her bail was set at $500,000. She's due back in court next month.
Now, was all that really worth it over some words that weren't even threatening? Simply because somebody gave you a greeting, a salutation? Because someone wished you well? This is what you do? What an idiot. It's absolutely deplorable and egregious. Okay? Hold on. I got something for y'all to see. Share my screen. I want y'all to pay attention to this white man who told a black girl she's lucky that they didn't shoot her. Yeah, let's get into it because I see them talking all the trash about Carmelo, but they quiet on this. Okay, they're quiet on this. Please pay attention. Y'all see this? Man apologizes after posting to black girls selling candy. Lucky we weren't home to shoot you. And he called her the B word. Now, this is a child. This is a little child. I want you all to pay attention. Okay? Now, there she is at the door. Says, this is what he said. His name is Tyler Chambers. He said, I know you want to add me to roast me, but you only have one side of the story. She was acting as a decoy while others were around the house. And yeah, I saw that on my camera and have a wife and 7-month-old at home, which I will protect as you would. I was hot when I posted it, which is why I deleted it right away. I could have handled it a lot different. And I am trying to find the parents to have a conversation with them. But yes, I could have handled it in a different and wanted to apologize, but I was trying to protect the family and it was the wrong way. Honey, please shut up. Okay. You see this right here at the top. Y'all read that. You're lucky we weren't home to shoot your ass, dumb bitch. Okay. That's what he told the little girl. Now he wants to say that she was the lookout. Now he wants to say that she was the lookout, like she's a little criminal, while some people was around the back of his house trying to rob them. This little girl was selling candy. Get your ass out of here. He says, I want to apologize for the post made on here. It was not how it should have been handled. I have a wife and kid at home that I will always protect, as you would too. When you see someone at the door and others around the house and windows, you instantly think the worst. As it was to me, she was being a decoy while others were around the house trying to look in or get in. So first of all, where's the pictures of it? Where's the pictures of that, sir? He doesn't have any because he's lying. He's a liar who lies. Okay, this is the kind of stuff they do. If a black person even comes to their door, they will shoot you and murder you for no reason. And all they have to do is say, hey, I fear for my life. That mean little old black girl selling candy was knocking at our door and I saw on the ring cam and I feared for my life. None of them will say a damn thing, but they want to go in about Carmelo Anthony. I want y'all to pay attention. Now, Beyond Envy posted saying, hello, my name is Beyond. I am the mother of the little girl that is now going viral all over social media. My daughter, Sincere, who is 9 years old, and her cousin, who is 11 years old, came home from school and decided to go out and sell candy for money. I wasn't aware they were out selling candy. I was home with my 1-year-old and my mother, who has just undergone brain surgery. Usually when the kids come home, they go outside to play, and I'm only okay with it as long as she takes her older cousins with her. This incident occurred on Monday, April the 11th or the 14th at approximately 4 p.m. in the afternoon. I am just now seeing this all over my social media, and I immediately called the police to file a report. Good. I was told by officers that he and his family have left their home due to threats from all over because of the post he made about my daughter. Good. He has been exposed all over the internet. They have found his address, job, and his past record. Good. He's a whole criminal. Pay attention. He is now asking police to simply have a conversation with me, and I won't let it happen because he and his wife thought it would be a good idea to lie publicly. Tyler Chambers and his wife, Cassidy Chambers, stated on social media they were going to hurt my little girl because she knocked on the door. His exact words were, "You're lucky we weren't home to shoot your ass, dumb bitch." That's what he said to a child. Okay, that's the piece of shit right there. Tyler Chambers, may y'all rot in hell. Okay? Racist devil. All right. Roddy said files threats for terroristic threats to a child. Exactly. Okay. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Now, you all remember the young man, 16 years old, Ralph Yarrow, okay, who went to the wrong door by mistake to pick up his cousins or sisters or somebody, and the man shot him. Okay, Bob shot him. Remember that? Remember the black girl who was in the car accident, went and knocked on somebody's door in the middle of the night for them to help her to please call 911 or anything they could, and they shot her. This is what happens, okay? But they want to sit there and act like Carmelo Anthony didn't have anything to fear. Okay? I'm sorry. One of the most dangerous things in the world, in my opinion, is a wanton supremacist who doesn't like people who look like me. Please pay attention. Okay? Please pay attention. The facts are the facts. All right? The facts are the mother-sucking facts. Okay, so anyway, with that all being said, I'm about to be up out of here. Everyone, please like and share, subscribe to the channel. But let me tell you all this. I almost forgot about this story. This Birmingham woman got arrested for fatally striking her boyfriend with a vehicle at a kid's birthday party. Okay, he was reportedly pinned in between the car and a home as his family attempted to release him. What in the hell is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? Hold on, let's go to it. This is all nefarious. These thugs out here just doing the most. I'll tell y'all. This is her right here, and this is the husband.
Received an update.
Officers were updated that a female was trying to run over a male in a vehicle.
Investigators found 27-year-old McKees James Bostick pinned between a vehicle and a house where a birthday party and Easter celebration had taken place.
The female suspect did in fact run over the male. He was trapped between the vehicle and a house.
Investigators say the incident stemmed from a domestic argument between Bostick and a woman he shares children with. A large crowd, including family members and children, witnessed the incident. It got so chaotic, Birmingham police had to call a max emergency for all officers to respond to the scene.
There's a large commotion. Family members were visibly upset.
Could mean serious charges if intent is determined.
Because those kids were there, this can now be a capital murder case. Because anytime in Alabama when there's a child that the couple shares in common that's under the age of 14, you now could be looking at capital murder.
None of the children were harmed in this incident, and I'm told they were then taken into police custody. Live in Birmingham, Gracie Johnson.
Could mean serious.
Hold on, I'm sorry, you all. I forgot I had muted myself, but listen to this. Okay, she previously thanks the victim for getting the family a new home for Valentine's Day. Okay, this is what she did to this man who got her behind somewhere to live. Best Valentine's Day gifts ever. This man moved us in a bigger and better house, 5 bedrooms, 2 full baths. Hell, basically 2 living rooms. Upstairs, downstairs, a huge backyard. I couldn't ask for anything better, and I don't even want none else today. This was more than enough. Thank you, Daddy. We love you with everything in us. I have some making up to do. Okay, y'all see this? Fellas, if you have a woman that treats you like this, run, okay? Run. Man, I'm so lost for words. Cassie, we tried our best to save you. We did. Truck wouldn't budge, reverse or nothing. Man, we lifted, we pushed, we did everything we could, bro. I'm so effing sorry this happened, fam. I'm really lost for words. This ish feel like a dream I can't wake up from. Definitely praying for them kids. Wow. Isn't that something? Just kill the man. I know the man died. Damn. My bro. I don't even know what to say for real. Man, I'm lost for words. Man, knowing this don't supposed to be you that I'm typing about, you out of all people. We supposed to been forever with this ish. I hate the way you went out, bro. We dapped up and joked around for one last time today. Me and you against the world. Craig, big dude forever. I can't write much. I'm effed up behind this ish, bro. My twin brother gone. You was a good-hearted person. Everybody loved you, bro. I always said that about you, LOL. I'ma miss everything about you. Makisi Bostic. I just can't type right now, but I'm hurt, bro. I lost my other half. Just seeing you like that really changed me forever. I got your kids, man. Believe it. So, twin brother, y'all see this? This lady is a whole hot mess. Okay, and here's what it says. A Birmingham woman has been arrested on capital murder charges after fatally striking her boyfriend with a vehicle during a kid's birthday party. Now, just think about this. She was that angry she couldn't control her emotions that she murdered this man in front of children at a damn party. How long will these children be traumatized? Okay, every time the one child's birthday comes up, they're going to likely think about it. This is so messed up. 30-year-old Shantice Jackson allegedly struck 27-year-old Makise Bostic with her vehicle on Easter Sunday following their domestic dispute. The incident occurred on Lisa Lane after officers were dispatched about calls involving gunshots around 9:50 p.m. Shortly after, police received an update stating that the woman was now attempting to hit the man with her vehicle. Was it that serious? After arriving, officers found Bostic pinned between a vehicle and a home. He was pronounced dead at 10:21 p.m. This is so sad. According to WESH2, the violence stemmed from a disagreement that escalated when Jackson fired shots inside the home, then ran over Bostic in front of their children and his family. This woman was a mad woman. She was on a whole rampage, shooting a gun and then doing this. While the exact nature of the argument hasn't been confirmed, family and friends of Bostic have taken to social media to speak out. One user claimed they did everything they could to free Bostic from between the vehicle and the house, saying the truck wouldn't move. This is a darn shame. Jackson was arrested at the scene and charged with murder. The charge was elevated due to her children under the age of 14 reportedly being present during the crime. According to reports, the incident took place during her daughter's birthday celebration. This is a damn shame. Some people are crazy as hell, and I'm serious. Do y'all hear this? Who does that? Was she demon possessed or what? This is all crazy. Oh, crazy, honey. Okay. Did y'all know Anthony Edwards got fined $50,000 for clapping back at a heckler who asked him where his kids were at? And he told him, my cucumber is bigger than yours. Did y'all know that? And they charged him behind $50,000, honey. I bet you he'll think twice before he runs that mouth again. Okay. Vince I Am said, definitely demonic possession, queen. All right. It has to be. Like, who does that? Okay. Natoshia said, yes, she was possessed. I believe it. Cedric says, save yourselves in this wicked world. Okay, honey, we're trying. We are trying, honey. Okay, so anyway, with that all been said, I'm about to conclude this broadcast. I want to thank you all for tuning in once again to the original Queen QueenAShakur show. All right. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and all of that. Double check to make sure you're still subscribed. I keep telling you guys, they unsubscribe people on a regular basis. I noticed yesterday that at least 2 people were unsubscribed. I don't know if y'all did it yourselves or if you two did, but you know, if you didn't do it, please double check to make sure. Okay. Vince I Am said, Alexa, play Milkshake by Khalees. Not Milkshake. Okay. So anyway, with that all being said, I love you all to life. Leon said she looked sick. Okay, yeah, she did. Looked like she was half crazy. Okay, I love you all to life. I hope you enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. I will be back later. You all know how I do. I will be back later. We're going to talk politics and whatever else trending pops up. And so with that all been said, enjoy the rest of this day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Until next time, peace.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther. shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got